And good evening.
And It's January. That would be great for October. What's your
January 19th.
Today is the day that we celebrates the birth of Martin Luther King Jr. It is a federal holiday.
Did you hear what the
Strike one.
Did you hear what the Seahawks did?
What did they do?
They posted like Russell Wilson crying and compared the Super Bowl to Martin Luther King and the civil rights movement.
Your freaking mouth right now.
They made me hate him more.
How
they immediately deleted the tweet and were like, we're sorry we
are so
compared
stupid.
a football game in the civil rights movement.
Right. Oh my gosh. There have been so many things that I would consider extremely racist. People trying to, be down with Martin Luther King and really have no idea what he stood for or, what he was trying to do. It was about freeing everyone. It happened to be that a lot of races aren't particularly enslaved by bigotry, and as well as Dr. King was a black man himself in a time when black people were not allowed to do a whole bunch of things, and the progress that he made was unbelievable. And here we are in 2015, thankfully being able to celebrate all that he did, and to degrade it by in any way, shape, or I can't even imagine a sentence that would make sense. Dr. Martin Luther King and the Super Bowl. I don't even get it. You can't even say that what he did for the civil rights movement was like winning the Super Bowl, because you know what? The Super Bowl happens every freaking year.
Right.
It's special, but it's not that special. What he did, there is no comparison. None. Zero. Zilch. Are you looking for the quotes?
No, actually, I was looking for a counter story that from the Patriots side that I saw earlier, that Vince Wilfork, dude on the Patriots, on his way home from the game, pulled a woman from an overturned car.
The 350-pound dude.
Yeah, he's huge, and he's just like reaching up, helping this lady get out of his car. And it's fantastic.
What happened? Her car flipped over. She was in a car accident, and her car flipped over.
Let's see. It says Patriot Way, exemplar and defensive line stalwart Vince Wilfork. God, what a bunch of dumb words in there. Pulled a woman from an overturned car on Route 1 in Foxborough after the Patriots' AFC Championship victory, according to the Massachusetts State Police. Police responded to a rolled over Jeep Wrangler at about 12:45 a.m. Monday, and upon arrival found Wilfork assisting the trapped driver, 38-year-old Mary Ellen Brooks of Hanson. According to the police, Trooper Kenneth Prolix held the driver's side door open while Wilford pulled Brooks free. Well, there's a picture of it, so that's kind of cool.
God, how crazy.
So, see, I mean, not that our two stories right there should influence who you want to win the Super Bowl, but let's just say that one team seems to have people that are doing good, and another team seems to have people that are just continually being dicks.
Well then the Patriots
they're cheaters.
They're getting investigated for deflating the ball in the AFC Championship game. But I think the Colts still would have lost.
That's right. The Colts may not have lost by 150 points.
Right.
But yeah.
But it would have been Denver had they beat Indy last week, I'm sure.
That's right.
It was weird watching the games. You could totally tell who wanted it more and who didn't.
What did you think about that Green Bay game?
That was just embarrassing. That 5 minutes left, I feel like a dork for even knowing any of this.
15 points in 40
attention.
seconds.
But with 5 minutes left, when they caught the interception.
I'm not going to watch it because Russell Wilson's going to do some Russell Wilson stuff, and it's going to make me real mad. And I was like, oh, they're down more than 2 scores. There's 2 minutes. I'll turn the game on. They can't royally mess the game up historically, right?
Yeah, statistically, it would be almost impossible to do what happened.
It's like what happened with Tebow here. But with Tebow happened 4 times in a row, which was...
Yeah, but the Packers stopped caring. I mean, it was clear at 5 minutes. When the guy caught the interception, there was nobody. He just looked around, he fell down, he said, I got the ball. And they just thought, oh, all we got to do is hold on to the ball. And then they just got negative yards for the next 3 downs, or pretty close to negative yards, and then they lost the ball. They're dumb. It was a sad game.
I heard most of the regional Super Bowl parties are canceling up shop, at least in the Denver area, not in obviously
Really?
in Seattle and New England, but
Oh, because
nobody
no one
wants-
cares.
There's
no
a
one
story
wants to
from
watch
Denver
those
that-
teams.
exactly,
It's a
that
no-win situation.
Tickets are down 20%. Ticket sale, or not ticket sales, ticket value is down 20% this year from last year because nobody gives a shit that the Patriots are there again. 6th time in 14 years. Nobody cares.
No one cares.
So,
Unless you're from Massachusetts.
right, or Washington. Then you care that the Super Bowl's happening. Otherwise,
Right.
who cares?
I wonder what the Vegas spread was about those two teams making it to because you know how you can bet on
Oh, yeah.
virtually anything. I wonder what you couldn't have won much money.
No, that was probably pretty predictable, as usual. But so with that many with that many people, if people are going to turn against that, what are they going to do? Like in hockey, when they set the salary cap because they were tired of the super teams, and it stopped it. I mean, the Avalanche were building this Olympic team, and then the salary cap went in, and we lost most of the players.
Right.
Everybody's an average team now. It's boring to watch, but it's boring either way.
I
There's
think
either going to be super teams or everyone's going to be the same, and it's just blah.
I mean, Tom Brady's gonna retire. I mean, one day he'll be dead.
Who do you
And
think's
so-
going to win the Super Bowl?
The Patriots.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you?
I don't know.
I hope the Patriots, but Seattle's tough.
I don't hope the Patriots
The
though.
Patriots coach is amazing.
Seattle's
I
tough.
hate
team.
him, but he's
Could he wear some nice clothes? What is with his like cut off sweatshirt? Could he just pretend like he has a professional job?
It's his superpowers. Every time he goes to Miami and he wears a T-shirt instead of his hoodie, he loses. Happened like the last 4 years.
I don't know. Maybe he could put some of sprinkle some of that fairy dust on something else and not look like such a douche. I mean, he does. He looks like, I mean, seriously, he looks like they just pulled him out of the crowd somewhere and he's some guy who, just doesn't give a rat's ass about anything. And I mean, I swear I've seen him pick his butt on the sidelines.
Well, and
I mean, that's not
something's
true.
in
I
there.
haven't seen that, but I'm just saying I wouldn't be surprised.
That's
I would
weird.
not be surprised.
That's funny.
So today is the 19th of January, right?
I think so. Now that you said December, let me ponder it for a
It's
second.
January. Yeah.
Yes.
Because it's January. Because we're not doing any holiday shopping.
No.
Not worried about 2 more weeks of school off for kids. And
No. You don't have to worry about that till spring break. Was there school holidays today?
Schools, at least in Denver, were closed today. And then, excuse me, if anyone's got a natural remedy for this cough of mine, hit me up because I'm tired of it.
I hear eating honey helps.
Honey helps definitely soothe the honey with lemon. It helps a sore throat. I don't have a sore throat. I have a cough, but definitely soothes that like irritated.
So is it that you need to hack
Scratchy thing.
stuff up? Like, do you need like an
I would
expectorant?
love
thing?
to hack stuff up. I would love to hack stuff up.
You might need to acquire an expectorant, but that's a pharmaceutical, so blah.
Blah, yeah. But remember how I said that in 2015 I was going to run every single day?
Yep.
19 days in,
Nice.
every day.
That's a lot of commitment. So 19 days, so 340 some odd left.
Yep.
It's not bad.
Not bad at all. Not bad at all. I think yesterday was the hardest because we went skiing, and then I ran after skiing.
You don't count skiing as
It's
your
you have to
workout?
actually. I count it as a workout. It doesn't count for my
not
my
running.
running streak.
Right.
My running streak, you have to run minimum of one consecutive mile. So they don't have to be. We didn't run a ton yesterday. It doesn't have to be a huge amount, but it has to be my shoes on, out the door, running.
Right.
19 days.
Nice. I don't think I even ran 19 days last year. So you're doing good.
Thank you. Gavin said we should celebrate, and he said we should celebrate when we're 20 days in. I said, how about when we've done a month? And he said, great. We'll invite everyone to go to frozen yogurt. So when we're a month in, we'll all go to frozen yogurt. Because what's a better way to celebrate?
Dunkin' Donuts?
Ugh.
I don't know. Apparently America runs on Dunkin'.
Well, I am a fan of the coffee. That's true. I am a fan of the coffee. So we are going to talk about some weed-related things. One of the things we'll talk about after our first break is we're going to talk about whatever Marley wants to talk about. What do you want to talk about, Marley?
She might be here to tattle.
Probably.
There could be a Boone Poo out there.
Oh, Boone. But there was a funny article that we're going to talk about. What was the title of the article, Jer?
Oh, yeah.
Did you lose it?
Nope.
Okay. I would have lost it.
It is called 10 Things We and Every Other Coloradan Dislike About Legal Weed.
And I'm not sure. Do you agree with all of them?
To a point, not black and white,
No.
agree, but to a point, most of them. I mean, like number one is pot snobs. I mean, I became a snob myself,
disagree
like
with that.
hash snob.
Who cares though? Why does that happen?
Well, I care about that. Like
When
sometimes I read like Bike's comments, and it's just like, dude.
Yeah, but
Smoke
online.
the weed and chill out. Don't fucking think about it so hard.
I just don't care. I mean, I don't care. Like.
Well, it's when you're out. Sometimes you go to places.
And someone will be like, "Oh, I won't smoke
like,
that
I'm not
because
touching that because it's not mine, or it's not OG, or it's not."
See, I feel like that happened way before legal weed. I felt like that happened with medical patients. I feel like that's
definitely
happened.
started.
I don't think that that's related
But
to
now it's
legalization.
Just like 150% worse.
Well, and maybe the difference, maybe what I'll agree with is the people that really don't know much about weed now think that because they've lived in Colorado and have been shopping recreationally for a year, that they know anything about weed.
Oh, here's a comment I remember reading. Golden Goat is as is to Colorado as Blue Dream as is to Cali.
What?
And I was like, what the fuck does it even mean, dude? I know
Yeah.
what it means. They're both popular ass strains,
But they're popular.
I like they're good sativas.
Right. That's right. I don't know. So read what it says about
That just kind of gives like examples. It says, who amongst us hasn't been involved in at least one of these conversations? A. The mental tenacity brought on by vaporized Maui Wowie really put me into less of a self-realization spiral than the piquant fumes of the blueberry kush. Although I feel like Tristan Tarza's Zara's interpretation of both would lead him to a place of fascist denouncement using altered household themes and nonsensical clouts of blah, 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 blah. So
I get it. I agree with that. Again, I don't attribute that to legal weed. I attribute that to weed jerks.
Well, it's just the more readily available, or the more ready availability of marijuana everywhere that we can all. That it's not exclusive to just medical patients. It's not like, oh, look at the weed I got because I'm a medical patient and I've got this killer stuff. Your weed's stupid,
Let's do one more and then we'll take our first break. What was number 2?
Number 2 is Governor Hickenlooper.
I agree with that one.
I thoroughly agree
I agree with that one. Gabe, you agree?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah. Okay. Things
So-
we dislike.
We totally dislike. This says, what can we say? The guy flip-flops more than a sorority on spring break in Cabo. First, he was against Amendment 64, calling marijuana legalization reckless. But now, he's all for it, ever since he started receiving pot lobby donations from NORML. He's changed his stance from the overprotective ignorant parent to freewheeling weed enthusiast. And we're over it.
Yeah, I've been over him, but certainly his. He really is.
It could be a lot worse, but
It could be a lot. It could be a lot worse, but at least he's smart enough to know that 60% of voters voted for Amendment 64. Thus, he has to at least be thoughtful about
to be
his
smart
constituents.
enough.
That's
Right.
right. That's right. But he's a douche too. He. Whatever way the wind blows, whatever way he thinks he's going to be seen in the best light, whatever way he thinks, his constituents are going to be happiest is what he's going to say. I'm not sure that what his actual opinion is, but again, we've said this a million times. The fact that he is such a hypocrite, having started in
matter what his opinion is.
That's right. He's such a hypocrite. He started in the booze business, so to be able to have a problem with marijuana when his fortune was made in booze is just he's a hypocrite. And he's not a very powerful person. Like, you want somebody who's leading your state government to to feel like they know what they're talking about, to have a sense of power, like he knows what's going on and he makes good, thoughtful decisions. He just kind of seems like
disconnected.
Yeah.
Like he's not really one of us.
Yeah, he's the guy with his headphones on at the Rockies game, listening to it on
850 KOA.
Yep, 850 KOA, because that's the better way to get the announcement of the game, and he's really not paying attention to anyone around him. That's how I think of our unfortunate governor.
I agree with that one. Totally.
Yeah.
So
we'll come back and we'll talk more about this after the break, because we're only on 2 and there's 10.
Yeah.
All right, we'll be right back.
Are you a medical marijuana patient or interested in finding out how to become one? Contact Mile High Wellness, where your care is our concern. Conveniently located on Hamden and Tamarack in the Whole Foods parking lot behind Proof of the Pudding. Mile High Wellness offers a wide variety of edibles, hashes, and some of Colorado's top strains. Mile High Wellness, where your care is our concern. 3525 South Tamarack, Suite 110, on the corner of Hamden and Tamarack. 720-382-8516. Mile High Wellness, where your care is our concern.
The Law Office of Edson, Mayton, and Matz provides criminal defense, family law, medical marijuana defense, and advice about setting up and running a medical marijuana center, optional premises cultivation operation, and infused product manufacturing businesses throughout the state of Colorado. We're focused on providing high-quality service and customer satisfaction. We will do everything we can to meet your expectations. WarrenEdson.com. Edson, Mayton, and Matz in Denver, 303-831-8188, and in Aspen, 970-948-7183. WarrenEdson.com.
Are you a runner? Are you a runner who supports marijuana legalization? Run on Grass is a group of athletes actively seeking to change our marijuana laws. We speak the truth about cannabis, bringing the message through our feet to new ears. Check out runongrass.com to find out more about us, our events, and how to join up or how to sponsor a runner. If you're in the Denver area, please join us for runs or start a group in your area. Running not your thing? Any sport can do it on grass. Runongrass.com.
And we're back.
So we were just doing 10 things 10 things we and every other Coloradan dislike about legal weed. And the first one was weed snobs.
It's hard to think when you hear
them
them out there screaming like that, because it's like, oh, I want to scream too.
And so we kind of had some disagreements about weed snobs, but at the end of the day, people that act like they know more about weed than anybody else are just annoying. Then, number 2
was Governor Hickenlooper, which we don't really need to recap, but we could just for fun. But if you live here, you know why. We're just tired of him. He just sucks.
We're over it.
Yeah.
Number 3.
Number 3 is tourists, which I totally agree with. It seems like, I mean, I know it was. We're a fairly popular state because we got lots of cool ski resorts and whatnot, but holy crap.
I'm thrilled about the tourists. I think it's so great that people, I mean, to me, it just shows how much people all over the country want this to happen, that they have decided to curtail their vacations around coming to a state like Colorado where they can go into a store and legally purchase weed.
Well, see, at first I thought it was pretty great too, but we even have signs out on the road that say, slower traffic, keep right, left lane, passing lane only. So if you're the jackass in the left lane that's going slow, even if you're doing 10 over the speed limit, you're doing 65 and a 55, and nobody's in front of you, get over. Because like somebody behind you is trying to go faster.
Legal pot.
Yeah, that's
right. That's a normal thing. Right, but
90s.
Traffic is just getting steadily worse. Steadily worse.
Yeah.
The population.
Let's read on here.
It
says at least 18 companies offer bus tours of marijuana facilities, and the Denver Bed and Breakfast markets itself as a bud and breakfast.
Get
Marijuana tourism.
Get it? Do you get it?
Yes. Marijuana tourism agencies have completely sold out their tours. This is not very well written. There's typos all over this. Have completely sold out their tours.
The Rooster.
Brimming at capacity. Yeah, this is from the Rooster. Not the strongest grammar skills at all. Brimming at capacity with out-of-staters who see legal weed as something more revolutionary than a lunar landing. It's more clear than the clear eyes you squirt after a good toke that weed tourism is a huge deal in Colorado. In fact, tourists make up nearly half of recreational marijuana sales in the Denver.
I don't know how they get that information. I don't know how they think that they know that.
Right?
There are no records kept. It would just be anecdotal at best. So I don't know where they come up with that.
Good point. And 90% of recreational sales in mountain resort communities, which I believe that you brought up last week.
We read that in the Denver Post, their year in review.
And while we love that these tourists are sinking money into Colorado's economy,
Yes, we
they
do.
are also cluster fucking us to bits. Traffic has become insufferable, airport lines are nauseating, and people are coming from far and wide to gawk at us and our really lovely way of life. Next thing you know, there will be a marijuana theme park here, and wait, that's brilliant.
That's brilliant.
I like how
Let's
they
do
end
it.
that.
Let's do
Because
it.
that would be fun.
Turn Elitch's into Potland or something.
Right.
Turn Lakeside into Potland. You know, that theme park's seen its day. You know, like wouldn't
Canaland.
Potland at Lakeside.
At
Canaland. See?
Canaland.
That could be like kind of like Chutes and Ladders and Candyland.
Right. Well, at Riot Fest, remember they had the putt-putt golf course,
Right.
And it was marijuana themed.
That's right.
Yep.
Oh, damn. I can't believe we forgot about that. How did we not cover such an awesome... You know, we should have gone in with our cameras and played. And
It was pretty cool.
But it was such a chaotic event.
Yeah, I never even got. I mean, I kept promising Gavin that we would do a lot of things that we didn't end up doing.
No, because it's a zoo.
It's a zoo.
Like
it was a
that
fun
was
zoo.
Intense. I assume that you're going to go this year if they come back.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, it was fun.
It was too much fun.
Okay, so do we agree that tourism is a dislike? Yes or no? I say no.
I'd say it's
Depends where the tourists are.
it depends on the day because some days you don't notice anything. Some days you just fly down the highway and it's
And
like
ski
Where
traffic's
the
been
hell is-
terrible forever.
forever
Right.
Everybody
since
knows
we've had
that.
cars.
Right.
So
Right.
And I don't have a problem with the bed and breakfasts or the tours because without those, you end up with like, who's that New York Times lady who wrote that tripping
Right.
story?
Right.
With the edible.
Miriam Dowd. Yep.
Yeah. So
No
it's
doubt.
good to have people like showing them how to get high the right way and not.
amen to that.
Amen to
'Cause
that.
I saw a video, and I think it was real. There was this older guy, and he went, bought weed, came home, and he filmed it. He's like, I've never done this before, you know, and he goes and gets a pipe, and he's like, I've never...
That was in California, and that was on.
And he has like
that
a
was
heart
on.
attack or something.
Was it
well, he-
Saturday Night Live
and
or
he
something?
And he smoked it backward,
Well, he smoked it like a meth pipe.
like a meth pipe. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was in California, and that was
Oh
like
my
American
God,
weed
like-
or something.
Was that,
Yes.
was that real?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, like, so it was
re-
just a regular pipe, and he was holding it and lighting it from the bottom, and he's hitting it, and he's like,
Oh, it was so funny.
I don't
so
think
he
I'm
was,
getting anything from this,
Right.
but I'm gonna try it again, and he's burning his thumb, and...
So he was from another state. And he
Google
went to
it.
California to go buy whatever because he had some medical condition. So he's in his hotel room smoking it like he's smoking meth. Yeah, it was really. I mean, I hate to say it was really funny. It was really funny.
And
We
you
gotta
feel
look that
bad when
up.
you watch it. You should, but I mean, you feel bad when you see it. But I mean, it's a pipe. You put the weed in there, so it's like, okay, if you can't figure out that you should light where
It
you
had a-
just put the weed,
Right.
I don't. It's hard not to find that funny. I mean,
It was
but
funny.
but then you have to look at it and say, well, if he must have been in some weird places before he got to here,
Right.
Because
Right.
you know, if the only way that he could think to light it was heating the bottom, then wow.
Yes.
Put the fire on it.
But once he figured it out, that was great. He's
Yeah.
like, I'm gonna try this, and he did it. And he's like, holy! Oh my god, that part was great.
The whole thing.
That should have been like a Thug Life moment. Like they
Right.
should have zoomed in and been like, hallelujah! You know, like the anti-Thug Life one or something, the Jesus Life, or I don't know, something.
Okay, so number 3 is tourists. There it is. There it is. Yeah.
That's it. So
So yeah, he's doing the underneath. That's so crazy. Okay, so
we would show you, but every time we show you a clip from YouTube, they don't like us. So
No.
sorry, just Google it, man. What did you
Man,
Google?
old man smokes weed for the first time! Exclamation point.
There you go. Old man smokes weed for the
Discovery
first
Channel.
time.
Discovery.
Fun.
All right.
Number 4. National news stories about weed. It's so taboo, man. You know, like we were just talking about that, I
Yep.
think, before the show started. Like it's
How
not that I'm
it's
tired of
sexy.
it, but it's just they're boring now. Remember when it was exciting when like The Union came out and these fun documentaries were like, yeah, this is great. And like in The Union, they had glasses and bandanas and it was all dark and they talk like robots because they were disguising their voice. And it was all weird and everything. And now people are on there like, hi, this is my address. Come into my home. You know, and this is everything. And
Can I tell you what my favorite?
This is our 6-point girl.
3 in veg, 3 in flour. My favorite weed show of all time really was I even forget what it's called, like Weed Cops or something, and it's about the weed police in Humboldt County.
oh yeah,
It is so good. It's sort of anti-weed, but it's hilarious, and the cops are so funny, and they find all these outdoor grows, and oh my god, it is fantastic, and it's far more entertaining than Pot Barons or whatever that.
there's just so many
I can't
shows.
even watch that. I can't even watch it anymore because it's also so untrue. Like, you know, the people that are actually making money are not on these shows. The people that are actually doing good business and who are reputable and understand what they're doing and who are really trying to further the movement.
Oh, we know Discovery's been corrupt since they lie about the Shark Week shit. They get these guys to like go on these boats and talk about lemon sharks, and then they edit the video. So they
sad.
talk like about a giant shark.
Nothing on
So
TV
you
is real.
can't
I know, right?
trust.
Well, but I
You
mean,
can't trust about weed, let alone
right.
sharks.
That's right. Well, I'm just talking about the people who have been on the shows. Not even just. I mean, it's even worse.
No, you're right. The people that do stuff aren't on TV.
That's right. The people that are really that I think are really the movers and shakers aren't the people that pat themselves on the back on these television shows and talk about how rich they're getting. And I mean, the people that are really making a difference, the people that are really popular stores. I mean, those folks are just minding their own business, and they don't care about this fame stuff. They just want to own a good shop,
They're living it.
grow good weed. That's right.
You
Follow
go
the
on TV
rules
when you want to fake it.
That's right.
You know.
And I hate these shows where people don't follow the rules. I know it sounds so dumb, but if you want to be in this business, you gotta jump through some hoops. And we're gonna talk about that in another.
You mean like when they bring famous people into the back where nobody but a badge person's supposed to be, and then
They don't even have a
light
visitor-
up a joint, and they're
Right.
like,
Yeah,
"Man,
that's
I can't
good.
believe you guys got this shit," and it's like, oh,
Right. Yeah, you can't do that. How the staff people don't have badges, how the visitors don't have visitor badges. I mean, just stuff like that. That's just, just follow the rules. I mean, we are so lucky to be able to do this, and all eyes really are on us, which is why we get so frustrated with these national news reports, because everyone's looking at us. And if I see the same guy in a tie-dye shirt with a big old blunt, as if that's the only person that is buying, and there's nothing wrong with that, but to me, they want to sensationalize it. And so what do? You take the biggest stereotype you can find and you push that out to the public.
and that's what's on most of these TV shows. Mm-hmm. You know, like, I mean, let's say Monday, somebody posted on my Facebook page the other day, said, "I saw you on 2020." I was like, oh shit. I mean, I got scared for a sec. Because you don't know.
Right.
And I was like, well, what for? And they said, oh, it's marijuana related. It's like, imagine that.
Right.
You know?
Do you know what it was, though?
I
Do you know what
don't.
you were doing?
I still don't know.
Well, we'll have to find out.
But I'm sure it was. I was probably in the background. It was probably at like an event,
Capital or something.
Hood Lab, Capital.
Yeah.
It was a video
any of
you
these.
taking a big fat dab.
Could have been. Highly doubt it, but could have
Could've
been. You never know. I mean, I hope not, but you never know.
Let's take another quick break, and we can come back with and finish the rest of the things that Colorado.
Oh wait, so were we all in agreement with number 4?
Oh, sorry.
That
Yes.
I'd say yes.
I agree.
Like I'm tired of the.
What do you think, Gabe?
Oh, it's national news stories about.
Oh,
weed.
yeah, of course.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're done with that.
Yes.
Cool. All right, we'll be back, and we'll come back with number 5.
Excellent.
Are you a medical marijuana patient or interested in finding out how to become one? Contact Mile High Wellness, where your care is our concern. Conveniently located on Hamden and Tamarack in the Whole Foods parking lot behind Proof of the Pudding. Mile High Wellness offers a wide variety of edibles, hashes, and some of Colorado's top strains. Mile High Wellness, where your care is our concern. 3525 South Tamarack, Suite 110, on the corner of Hamden and Tamarack. 720-382-8516. Mile High Wellness, where your care is our concern.
Are you a runner? Are you a runner who supports marijuana legalization? Run on Grass is a group of athletes actively seeking to change our marijuana laws. We speak the truth about cannabis, bringing the message through our feet to new ears. Check out runongrass.com to find out more about us, our events, and how to join up or how to sponsor a runner. If you're in the Denver area, please join us for runs or start a group in your area. Running not your thing? Any sport can do it. On grass. Runongrass.com.
The Law Office of Edson, Mayton, and Matz provides criminal defense, family law, medical marijuana defense, and advice about setting up and running a medical marijuana center, optional premises cultivation operation, and infused product manufacturing businesses throughout the state of Colorado. We're focused on providing high-quality service and customer satisfaction. We will do everything we can to meet your expectations. WarrenEdson.com. Edson, Mayton, and Matz in Denver, 303-831-8188, and in Aspen, 970-948-7183. WarrenEdson.com.
I'm Gary Johnson, and you're listening to iCannabis Radio, and I want to say, talk it up, Colorado.
And we're back.
God, Gary, you're the best. I got to tell you that right now.
Well, hey, if it's any consolation, and I know it's not, so I'm just going to throw that out there now. Next year is an election year, so we could have plenty of opportunities this year to get new bumpers from new politicians giving us more bullshit.
Okay, so back to the Rooster article, the 10 things that Coloradans hate about legal weed.
So
we're sort of iffy on whether we agree
on some of these, yeah, because some of them it's kind of a toss up, but it's kind of a fun article.
Overall, I hate nothing about legal weed. I just want to say that I love legal weed. I love it.
More or less, I think I just absolutely love it too. I mean, how can you not? I mean,
more or less.
I'm not a big fan of taxes and all the super regulations right now, but I am a fan of it because that's how these things
legal
work.
Weed, that's right.
When you first open up a brand new business or brand new amusement park, you got to let people in, figure out what all the problems are. You got to work it all through. It's just going to be totally chaos for a little while. You give people ultra freedom, it's going to be chaos.
Yep.
But there were no riots. Just got to throw that back out there.
No one's died.
So, as a recap, number 1 was weed snobs, which we kind of agree on, kind of don't.
So let's do this. Yeah. So we said on this one. So we were middle of the road.
Yeah, because you're right. It really hasn't. It's gotten more.
We don't like weed snobs, but we don't think it has to do with legal weed.
Not particularly. Yeah. There's a rise of it, but it's not due to legal weed now. Number 2 is Governor Hickenlooper. We absolutely agreed on that one, and if you live here, you know why. If you don't,
if you've been listening to us, you know why.
Yeah. Number 3 was tourists, and that one we were kind of in the middle on that one too.
I disagreed with that one.
Because sometimes some stuff
to us.
It does get to be a little bit more crazy, especially when it's all snowy out and I've driving down the road and haven't seen a single Colorado license plate. That gets a little weird.
But that may not be because of legal weed. That could just be because it's ski season.
It's ski season, right?
And wait till spring break hits. Do you guys know that everyone comes here for spring break? You think people go to Florida? They come to Colorado.
Skiing?
Oh yeah.
One road I don't take many times of the year, and it's very scheduled. Labor Day, Memorial Day, 4th of July, spring break. I don't take I-70 west past, the Morrison exit.
Yeah.
Because anywhere, maybe up to Lookout, but anywhere past that, you're just asking for boredom and being in a parking lot, a 65-mile-an-hour parking lot.
Right. It took us 2 hours and 45 minutes on the 10th to get up to Loveland, to get up to the tunnel. 2 hours and 45 minutes. Takes an hour normally.
It
was a long time.
But at least you made it safe.
We were safe.
We were safe. I'm not going to lie, the mountains aren't exactly the safest place when it's icy.
Yeah, it's 10 miles per people going 10 miles per hour is ridiculous.
Right.
Okay, what's the next one?
Number 4 was where I think that we left off.
We all agreed.
National news stories about weed.
We're done.
All these new TV shows. But it's to be expected, with the pot boom, everything's exploding. I mean, T-shirts, glass, I mean, obviously weed stores, you know.
It's super sexy right now. It is super sexy.
Like if you can think of it and it can be weed related, you probably can make money doing it right now.
Yeah.
I mean, if you crochet, you could crochet marijuana related things, you know, like rig koozies, little floor mats, a sweater. I mean, hell, anything at this point that you've got skill, as long as you can market it, you can make money right now. I mean,
Can I tell you that I bought Rasta colored, so you know what a lanyard is? Everyone knows what so a lanyard with pot leaves on it in Rasta colors. They sold out in a day. They sold out in a day. Who knew? Who knew that would be the thing?
You know what was really weird? Last year when I went Halloween shopping, I like to go to like thrift stores because you always find really cool stuff there. Last year I was really horrified because when I went in, there was a whole aisle to fake stoner, stereotypical stoner stuff. I mean, it was usually there's like one thing. There's the wacky wig and the big fake blunt or something. This was, I mean, there was a whole side of different things. It's like,
Where was this at?
at the thrift store, at ARC. You know, and it's like, wow, if this is at the thrift store, I'd hate to
Right.
go into the regular, you know. Ugh.
Costume shop. I know.
And so fortunately, the stereotypical stoner archetype is breaking down. You know, it's not just Chong anymore, which really is kind of the sort of the Afro-y little round colored glasses, open vest, you know, like, you know, and it's not that
Nothing
anymore.
wrong with that.
There's
No,
nothing
there's
wrong
not.
with that. It's just, again, I mean, we try so hard to get rid of that stereotype that lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of different types of people smoke or partake,
Which is real nice.
which
But-
is real nice.
But that's what I mean, I brought up all that like explosion in products and stuff because television is a product as well. And so while everybody's cashing in on their own little piece of it, people on TV are doing it too.
Oh,
I mean, there are shows
time.
all over the place, from Pot Barons to American Weed to Drugs Inc. You know, and then there's segments on 60 Minutes. But that's because they know when they go look at their websites
People
and
wanna
they look
know.
at their standings, they see marijuana-related stories have higher hits.
Yeah.
So now they're all starting to get in on it, which was really cool for a little bit. Just sucks now.
Well, yeah, and we're totally over it. And it's funny because it used to be when someone said, "Oh yeah, I'm being interviewed by whatever," or "I'm being followed around by camera crews from whatever," everyone was like, "Oh, that's really cool." Now we're like, okay.
Or, damn, why? Like, don't know. It's really weird how that all changed.
Well, and people have found that they are disappointed in the outcome of the article or of the segment because
Especially the Fox ones.
it's really easy. It's really easy to have your words twisted. Editing is really easy, and
You can make lemon sharks sound like great whites.
They take 10 sentences, edit it all down to 2 sentences, and it's nothing that you said.
right.
You know, and they
Certainly
just,
isn't what you meant.
right. You know, or they cut you off. You said really amazing stuff, but they cut you off after 3 words because those 3 words made a whole
Well,
sweet new
that was-
story.
Yep, that was all they wanted.
So, I don't know. But
All right,
number 5.
What's number 5?
Is people moving here without jobs. So, which, you know, you see a lot if you're on Facebook. You know, everybody's trying to move here with their kids and having GoFundMe accounts, you know, help us move there so we can get our kid taken care of. And it was, I don't know, that was really nice for a while. It's just, it's hard.
I think there's two different things. There are people who are coming here because they want medicine for themselves or their family members. And then there are people who are coming here because they think that they haven't been able to find work wherever they live, and they think that they can get work easily here because it is a booming industry. But there are lots of people here already who wanted jobs.
Well, and even you hit it right on the head. Even the little blurb here says, everyone is moving to Colorado. Everyone, which obviously isn't true, thankfully.
Because you're
And-
listening from somewhere else.
Exactly. And they're all looking for marijuana industry jobs, but none of them have jobs yet, which means the weed job market is flooded. That's a good thing for the economy and the growth of the weed sector, but that also means it's fucking impossible to get a job trimming buds these days. Which, is probably partially true. I see it online all the time. People, I need trimmers, but then there's always like 50 or 100 people commenting, I'll do it. So
And you need trimmers for this amount of time. And
right. And people hit me up all the time. Can you help me get a job there? And can you help me? It's like Facebook. I mean, what do you use it for? I mean, stop posting pictures of kitties and start reading people's posts because
don't ever stop posting pictures of kitties. Don't ever stop. And videos are even better.
I like the cat fail videos where like the cats that can't jump. Like,
yeah. I have one of those. But if you want to come here to get a job, fantastic. Do your homework first.
Please.
There's lots of things that you need to do before you can even step foot on your first day. So know what those things are. Know what precludes you from working in this industry. So, I mean, that's what.
Right. We'll tell you right now. I mean, go to the MED website. Most of the information that you need is there. Look for the facts. I think they answer most of the basic questions.
They do, absolutely.
What you can't apply with. What kind of felonies. What if you owe the IRS money, what you got to do to remedy that. And it's really pretty simple. And
you have to. This is the easy part, but you have to be a resident of Colorado, and all they want is a lease or a bill in your name or those kinds of things. You don't have to have been here for a certain amount of time. You can, on your first day here, when you have a lease, that you can use that.
Right. Or, get water turned on in your name, get a cell phone bill in your name that goes to a Colorado address.
Yep.
And then use that address.
Yep.
It's not hard. So
what do we think about this one?
Well, you're more in the industry now. I mean, do you have a large influx of people always looking for work?
Yeah, I mean we do. If we post an ad, which we don't do very often, looking for help, we get hundreds of responses.
But that's exciting though, because that's hundreds of people that are looking to you to help them get to their dreams. To be able to sit in a room with 50, 100 plants that are budding and that are.
It's fun. It's fun stuff.
So I'm in the middle on that one.
I'm in the middle on that one too. I want people to come here. I certainly want people to come here to get their kids' medicine.
Right.
For sure.
I just find Colorado's geography, I don't know, silly because we're very concentrated. Oh. Colorado's a very large state. So the fact that we're all concentrated into these little areas as Colorado Springs, Denver, Fort Collins, Boulder, and little surrounding areas around there, there's so much Colorado that's open. Right. So please
live in a yurt somewhere.
If you're going to move here, bring lots of money and start new towns. There's tons of land that's out there. I mean,
start a new town,
start a new city. Give us new stuff to do.
Make us want you.
Make us want you. Yes,
make us want you.
So speaking of number 6,
what was number 6?
Pushing up home prices. Now I'm just 100% yes.
I don't think that has anything to do with legal weed. I think that's crap.
It seems like it's gone up sharply since legal weed. Okay. Not only a lot of it's medical, because I think that like warehouses. I mean, tell me, is there an open warehouse anywhere?
No.
But we covered that last week. If you were listening,
there's not an open warehouse anywhere.
And then, like when me and Jenny were looking for places to live, you could see, the first couple of years, it was just steadily climbing. It was $700 maybe for a 2-bedroom. A year later, it's $900, $1,000. Now it's $1,000, $1,200. I mean, it's steadily going up. But
that's right.
So that one, I'd have to say I agree with, because looking for places to constantly live every year, it's just getting harder and harder and harder. I mean, I want a 1-bedroom. Why is it $1,000 for a 1-bedroom in Colorado now?
Well, and certainly the rental market has shrunk. So I think maybe legal weed played a part in that. Because Colorado is such an attractive place to be, in part because we have legal weed. So we have great outdoor activities. We have wonderful weather. I mean, I did not wear a jacket today. It's January 19th.
3 or 4 days in a row now.
I ran in shorts today.
And some people bring up the price because you smoke in the apartment or whatever, too.
That's right.
But a lot of people are renting 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th homes so they can have grow homes. Never mind.
Zip.
Anyways, but
so I'll say
Well,
I'll be
so
middle on that.
here's something. Like
Yes.
there's, and who knows, these may or may not have actual facts based behind it, but it says, speaking of everyone moving here, have you noticed how it's made your rent go up like $1,000? Denver's housing market is actually the second fastest growing in the country behind San Francisco. In 2013, rent went up an uncomfortable 9%. People want to live here so badly, they're willing to live in a house with baboons as roommates, and it's got a link for that story. Rent a place that's currently on fire. Now I want to go and look at that because that's got to be a great story. And live in morticians' closets. So, and it's got links to all these examples.
So let's go to the one about
currently on fire. Yeah, like I have to know what's
And the
going on
monkey.
here.
Go the baboon. Okay.
So, I mean, if you don't live here, I mean, what would you do to move here? I guess. I mean,
I love it here. I can't imagine living anywhere else.
well, see, I want to move to like Cali or somewhere tropical for 6 months a year just to
Do it.
do it. But Colorado, it's certainly my home.
I have some friends that are moving. One of my college roommates is moving back to Florida, and while I love Florida, I just want to live here. Okay, so what's the story about the baboon?
Well, it says again, Denver has the fastest growing rental market in the country. Thousands of people are moving here, but with a 96% rental home occupancy rate,
Yep.
rental prices are skyrocketing as desirable places to live disappear at unprecedented rates. And that made us wonder, how far will people go to live in Denver? How much will they pay to live inside city limits? What kind of weird, shitty living situations would they endure? Well, for starters, they'd live with baboons. We tested our question by placing a fake ad on the Denver's Craigslist to see how far people were willing to go to live here. It advertised a, quote, unique opportunity to live with baboons, end quote. But before we get into the kind of responses we got to that.
This is another Rooster article, by the way.
Right. So, who knows? Here are some of the facts compiled by Axiometrics about Denver's rental market to get you in the mood. Rents in Denver area grew 9% on average from July of 2013 to July of 2014,
Wow.
which has the second fastest rate in the country behind San Francisco. The nationwide rental market growth rate was 4%. Rental rates have, this is boring. I want to see more about the baboon, damn it.
That's okay. So let's take a quick break and come back and finish out the rest of the article, because we're only on number.
Oh, hell, I don't know.
We're number something. So we'll take a quick break and we'll be right back.
Are you a medical marijuana patient or interested in finding out how to become one? Contact Mile High Wellness, where your care is our concern. Conveniently located on Hamden and Tamarack in the Whole Foods parking lot behind Proof of the Pudding. Mile High Wellness offers a wide variety of edibles, hashes, and some of Colorado's top strains. Mile High Wellness, where your care is our concern. 3525 South Tamarack, Suite 110, on the corner of Hamden and Tamarack. 720-382-8516. Mile High Wellness, where your care is our concern.
The law offices of Edson, Maiden, and Matz provide criminal defense, medical marijuana defense, and advice about setting up and running medical marijuana centers, optional premises cultivation operations, and infused product manufacturing businesses throughout Colorado. With offices in Denver and Aspen, we can offer assistance throughout the entire state of Colorado. Give us a call at 303-831-8188. That's 303-831-8188. Or visit us online at warrenedson.com.
Are you a runner? Are you a runner who supports marijuana legalization? Run on Grass is a group of athletes actively seeking to change our marijuana laws. We speak the truth about cannabis, bringing the message through our feet to new ears. Check out runongrass.com to find out more about us, our events, and how to join up or how to sponsor a runner. If you're in the Denver area, please join us for runs or start a group in your area. Running not your thing? Any sport can do it. On grass. Runongrass.com.
We're back.
Oh, we've just been reading fun stuff off here. This is great. So we skipped ahead to read the text of the house that was on fire because we just had to know. So they the Rooster listed a fake ad on Craigslist, on Denver's Craigslist, to see how many people were willing to live there. And it was advertised as, quote, currently burning home for rent. Now the ad says this: A property of mine is on fire due to a neighboring meth lab, and I'm guessing it has some pretty bad fire damage. It was worth a lot before the fire, but in its current condition, I'm putting it up for an extremely discounted rate. Fire trucks coming now, I can hear them. Pros: great neighborhood in Uptown, close to lots of bars and restaurants. 2, walkability score 92. 3, tons of free street parking. 4, dishwasher. 5, heat. 6, big and spacious. 7, each bedroom has its own bathroom. 8, pets welcome. 9, well, that's blank. Cons: gonna have to patch the place up pretty quick after the fire, so it's no Marriott inside. And 2, no laundry. Used to rent this place for $2,500. Hard to find place like this in Uptown. Flexible lease available now. And they have pictures of a house that was on fire. There's firefighters putting it out. The inside is burned and trashed. And people responded. I mean, here's one response that says, I'm curious about the burned unit. Have you had place inspected by firefighters or home inspectors or engineers or someone who can vouch that the place is totally structurally safe? I mean, there's and this
People
goes
are
on
seriously
and
interested.
on. So it's crazy. So the moral of it is that people are desperate to live in Colorado.
That's right.
They don't care what they're moving into.
That's right.
So
Okay, so I'll agree with that one.
yeah, that one's just not really too debatable. Number 7, and I know we're going to agree on this one, is weed conventions. Which, like, I love going to weed things, but I am so burnt out on all these conventions. I mean,
Oh my gosh.
burnt out. I mean, the Cannabis Cup is coming. If I can acquire a ticket for free, I might go, but I don't want to stand in line to hang out like this with people that
I just get so freaked. Yeah.
Right. So
There's nothing new. There's nothing new.
no. I mean, if you
That.
haven't been to a weed convention and you don't live in Colorado, come on out. Go to them. They're
Enjoy.
great. They're tons of fun. But once you've been to one, you've been to them
You're
all.
done. Yeah.
You know, and
We're
especially
done.
if you've been to 100, you've been to too
Oh,
many.
right.
So
That's easy.
that one was an easy one. Oh my God, they just get easier. Number 8 is weed girls.
What's a weed girl? I don't know what
Like
a weed
420 nurses, all the different girls that you see out selling weed, or not selling weed, but
Or the
you know,
body
the
painted
scantily
girls.
clad. You know, they're at the events. They're always the ones that are like, "Hey, baby, you see my titties? Come to our dispensary. Come on." These girls.
I think that started before legal weed, but whatever. I don't care necessarily about that so much. I know that I'm sure you guys hate that. I'm like, whatever.
I love half naked girls, but this is just getting to be stupid. Like, I even like some of the 420 nurses. I think that they're actually decent people, but very few of them are nurses.
Sex sells.
Right.
Booty sells.
Like, call yourselves 420
Titties
models.
sell.
Like, whatever, but I don't know. I think the name is just kind of silly.
I mean, I don't disagree with that at all, but I mean,
Right. We're over it.
yeah.
Really.
What's the next one?
Number 9 is Red Man and Method Man. Now, this is great. Now, hold on. I see the look on your face. This is great, though. What's that you say? Red Man and Method Man are coming to Red Rocks for the 41st time this year? Sound the alarms and call the press. We get it. They were in How High. They smoke weed. Nothing against the rappers. We love them as much as the next guy. But we've been going to Red Rocks, and every other concert venue for that matter, to smoke weed in public at a show since the day we learned what weed was. Going to a Method Man or Red Man show where everyone is smoking, and they're smoking, and the Red Rocks themselves are smoking, it just doesn't delight like it used to.
Agreed.
And I totally agree. Like, the big weed concerts would be sweet if it was out in Nebraska or somewhere where it's not legal, but here, who cares? Like,
Really, I disagree with that one. I like when we have a chill 420 show on Red Rocks. Depends who it is.
Well,
I
but
haven't
that-
seen.
are you talking
Method
just
Man
on
and
420?
Red Man there. Well,
Or 420, like weed friendly?
well, it depends. If it's a nice summer day and it's the right situation, yeah. The thing, did you hear about the? Sorry, not to change point, but they changed the dubstep thing for Red Rocks.
Well,
What
it's
do you
just they
think about
changed
that?
all the sounds. Like they lowered the legal decibel level. Did you hear about that? Like Red Rocks is lowering the decibel level. So
Do you not like that, or do you like
I
that?
disagree with it.
I
think that if
disagree
people
on
live
lowering
around
the
there-
decibels, but I do agree. Take all the EDM and take it to like some of the indoor venues.
Well,
and
that's
stuff.
just
We got the
discriminatory.
best-
It's already at the indoor venues. You know, I mean,
really.
that's discriminatory
When
towards
we
a
have the
certain
best-
segregation of music.
when we have the best outdoor venue in the world, why not have some of the best people in the world come there, not some dude hit play on his DJ?
Because if you've never been on acid and seen pretty lights and laser beams at
I
Red Rocks,
have multiple times, but
So
after
then
the
why is-
15th time he comes there,
well, but it's
I
the same as anybody else
That's
that
right.
goes there. You know, if
I'm
if
just
the
saying,
Eagles
if
show up
there's
there
15
100
if
times,
there's-
who cares?
If there's 25 shows, 20 of them are electric music.
Well,
Doesn't
because
seem
those
like
are
that?
real popular right now.
You're so
People
popular.
are paying way too much to see way too little. I agree with that.
Exactly.
All right, what's number 10?
Number 10 is, this one is great. Driving to another state.
Right.
Like, I
Don't
haven't-
pull us over because we have Colorado plates.
But that seems to be a really big thing right now.
Agree.
Yes.
I like how there's only one sentence here to describe this.
What's it say?
If you've ever been frisked by a gaggle of cops and their little dogs too for having Colorado plates, you know what we mean.
Right. Agreed.
So I mean, but way before legal weed, I was pulled over, leaving the state just for Colorado plates because we had medical, which is still legal, but
right.
So, but I'm sure it's blown up tons. I mean, look, we're getting sued by 2 neighboring states because they're sad that people are bringing our weed to their state or
Yeah,
through their
don't-
state.
Yeah. So don't do that
Yeah,
either.
don't
do that.
Don't do that.
Don't do
Don't
that.
mail it. Don't just stop.
Stop.
Whatever dumb thing you're doing and stop making it harder on all of us. We'd really like this to succeed.
I'd like to be able to go to Nebraska. I mean, I don't want to go to Nebraska, but if I were to go to Nebraska and not be stereotyped because of my plates.
But right now, that's the way it is. Colorado
is.
is known all over the world now for pot.
All over the world.
Colorado potheads.
Well, that was a pretty interesting article. I liked that. I thought it was funny.
It was certainly fun.
It was-
I mean, we're not sure how entirely factual, but that's why we voted on it.
That's why we
You know,
voted.
But
For the most part, we agreed.
so let's try for the last couple moments. Does anybody have something that should have been on this list? Like, what are you most tired of from legal weed? Like, what has that brought about that you're like, all right, I'm
I
done.
thought the Weed Critics was a good one.
My favorite was the national news thing because I'm so over that.
The national news, that fake site.
No.
Oh.
This one, the
Oh, that's National Report.
yeah, how the news, all the news stories, and I'm just so tired of every time you turn around. I mean, even the local news, they do 13 seconds little snippets of news about anything
they
marijuana
said
related.
this. It's just, I guess we're sick of the taboo-ness of all of it.
Well, because it's not taboo here, and it is other places, and so that's why it's interesting and sexy.
Right, to other people. I mean, I guess if I lived in Arkansas, this would be really cool.
Right.
But this isn't a poll about what Arkansans don't like about
That's
legal
right.
weed.
It's about what we don't like.
Right.
But overall, like we said before, I kind of like everything about legal
Right.
weed.
I think it's fantastic.
I think it's good. I like
mean,
it.
Yeah. I don't like the profiling.
I don't like the
The
profiling.
out-of-state profiling so much.
I think I'm hoping that the regulations will kind of chill out and settle down when.
Well, things are changing nationally. I mean, did you see the story about Eric Holder recently from Friday, how they're shutting down the seizure program or whatever?
Oh, yeah,
so now
that's
the
big news.
states can no longer just take your shit. And it's like, it took till now for them to go, oh, this is wrong?
Right,
I
exactly.
mean, I guess they just had to take $3.5 billion before they're like, oh, fuck.
Maybe we shouldn't do this.
Maybe we shouldn't be doing
Right.
this from people.
Right.
So
Exactly. Well, January has been
Jubilant.
jubilant.
That's a hard word to say.
Jubilant.
I'm glad you
Jubilant.
started it because
Thank
I had
you.
to think about it too. It's
I
like,
appreciate it. It took the two of us to say it. And we will be back next week.
that will be Monday, January 26th.
So exciting.
So that will be our last jubilant January.
Wow, January went by fast.
I mean, February,
Fun.
fun February.
Fabulous.
Fabulous is the one I was
Farting.
Farting February. We could have that for a specific day.
I don't know that I
Maybe,
could do
well,
that.
let's see.
I almost put a fart noise at the end of the bumper.
So Valentine's Day is on Saturday the
Saturday.
14th. So I was hoping if that would have been, we could have that be farting. Farting February is Happy Valentine's Day.
All right. Well, we want to thank you so much and thank all of our sponsors and check us out next week.
Yes.
Bye. Thank you.
Have a good night.